Hi, how are you? This is Phillip Guan, CPA. Welcome to the classes to teach you how to do the tax return by the tax software of Dre Tax Software, DRAKE. Friends, for Dre Tax Software provides a group of practice tax return. All the information from the practice exam are not real client information. We take our client's information very confidential, private, and not even pieces of information will go to public. So any information in here are making up numbers. So today, we are going to do practice exam number 9. The Dre Tax software had not been updated for 2024 yet. So therefore, I'm using the 2023 information. I just finished the Mandarin training. So I'm going to use the same classes, but I'm going to redo, explain it to you one more time in English. So I will upload all this training in YouTube. But besides this year, I also have the last 2 years in both English and Mandarin that in each classes. You will find that this year's training is shorter. And the previous year's training for each and every classes is longer because I want you to know it. In fact, it does not take that long to finish it. In the real practice, it may be even shorter of what I'm training time. So, but if the 2024 training is too fast for you, you can go to the YouTube to looking for 2023 or 2022 or any other previous. They are similar. So that way they will go to the slower speed. So as constants, I will always suggest you to have 2 screens. One screen to open my YouTube and the other screen have the software installed, and then you can practice. And you can move forward and backward, right? So with that, and happy holiday. It's fun to learn taxes. As you can see right now, 14 p.m. I'm still very happy to teach you. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay. The one is going to be a finished product that I'm going to train you. Okay. Now, this is tax return combined with husband and wife. No kid. The husband have W-2. The wife is working at a farming business. This is our very first time for this year's training. We're talking about farming. So now, I am going to the detail of input. So this is right here. Let me look at how much time we spend on. We spend about 40 minutes for the Mandarin versions of it. But I'm kind of like make up some number, that some change and answer some questions. That's fair to say the good training, the normal training of the real time is about 30 minutes. So the system is going to be add all up together because it comes from the same tax ID. So as you can see, there are many tabs on the top. The first one is general, income, so far, and so on. All the blue out things, that means the year before have it, and this one more likely going to have it. So let's go to the first tab, general. The first tab that you are going to input, the first thing is Mary Fire Johnny. There are 2 of them, similar tax return. This the taxpayers, tax ID or social, first name, last name, and birthday, occupation, cell phone number, and cell phone number. I normally like to use the cell phone. Nowadays, people use the phone. And here is the email, and none of those apply. So what I do is I use the tap, right there. So go to the spouse, and first name, the middle name, last name, and the birthday, the occupation, phone number, email, and none of them apply. Now, this is their home address. The home address represents the home address by the time when they file tax return. They may have been just moved and then to the new places, yet you're using the current address that where the IRS and franchise tax board, if the state of California, would able to reach you, not the location, the address that you used to live. Okay, the state that relate to. Okay, so now they do not have a foreign S account. They also don't have digital asset in this example. So now this is the information from the company who did this tax return, who reviewed, who signed, and how much we charged and like that. So now, and then here is how much this client paid for that. Yes, I was changing at $1 million of income in there. That's why you see like this huge in there. Okay, now. And in this tab, there's one more information. It's a health insurance for this whole family. Everybody have it. All you need to do is just go here to check a yes. Simple. You used to have a penalty in federal, but you no longer when you don't have a health insurance. So here's the ID. In here, both are still good, 25, right? If they're all green now, all you need to do is shift control space. So now, everything's good now. We close this one. And there's nothing in 2, 3, 4, 5. So we go to estimate tax. Estimate tax is where during the year before file tax return, you pay for it. For example, we are in December 2024. The normal filing time is early of 2025 to file 2024 tax return, right? So now the estimate tax should have been paid April 15 of 2024 as the first one. And then this is the first one, first quarter. Now, be careful, the second quarter is only 2 months after, not 3 months. Okay, so, and then the third one is 3 months later. The fourth one is 3 months later. That will come to 2025, a month from today, a lot from today. So assuming we are doing it in January 18 of 2025 right now. So therefore we have this information. So we're doing training for 2024 tax return and normally get it done in 2025, right? Okay. So we are going to, since the year 2024 have estimate tax, more likely in 2025, they will need estimate tax. So I choose the A. What that means is, if there's any overpayment, we are going to be apply for it until you use it up. And then if there's a shortage, and then we're going to be create the estimate. Or if they're over, there will be a refund. Okay. So we're done with this. So there's no kit, obviously there's no child care credit. So this is the this is actually the spouse, basically. This is the spouse. How can you figure it out? Well, on the very top, you see it? And this is a spouse. And you also can figure out from here, it's a spouse. So the spouse is the W-2 income. Looks like they're working in the same company, same EIN. So all this information is there. All you need to just input box 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 20. Whatever is there, go to put it. And then when you go to view and you green check mark every single thing from A to F and then from 1 to 20, if you figure out something's wrong, go back to change it. Well, if you double check everything carefully, can you be able to make a mistake in the W2? No. Now, there's additional entry if needed. It's like here. For the other state, there's some special. But normally, most of the W2 will be only in the first input script. In this example, it's only first input script. Now, if you have other multi-state W2, and there's a video on the far right corner to tell you how to do it. There's also an import W2 function from here that you can import the W2 from farming. Okay. So now, if you have another W2 to input, you go paste down or paste up. In this case, there's only one W2 for the spouse. Guess what? What does the husband do? The husband is a farmer. In this situation, it's the very first time we learn how to do tax return for the farmer. This is a new thing we learn. So now, before we go there, we make sure the ID is good. Yeah, the ID is both for 2025. We're good. And then we also make sure they put in the right date. Well, assume this is the date, right? And put in the right pen in here. If iron, we choose this with up here. We choose this. We choose the related state for the drop-down menu. Well, since this tax software does not have the state tax software ready, it's still updated. So therefore, we're not doing that. So therefore, we do this. But in a normal practice, we should not check this. Okay. Now, if you have more than one state, that you need to do this and choose another. So now, we finish the general tab. We go to the second tab, income. As you can see, there are two things blew out. The second one on the left, F, farming. Okay, now here, farmer. So now, belong to the taxpayer. And there's a stay in here. Now, some couple, the husband and wife are working in a different state. That's why it's important to choose the right state. But in this example, they are in the same state. Okay, and then the different state will be subject to different state taxes. Their resident state, they will be taxed as well. So there is the formula, so there's a special code for them. Right here. How can you find this code? Shift Control S like that. Shift Control S like that, and then you can type the key word. So now, if they're not accrued basis, you need to check in here. It is not their cash basis. But if they're cash basis, you don't need to check anything. That's their EIN. Not all the company have EIN. Not every farmer have their EIN, but they do. They apply for EIN. Okay, in here. So, they have 1099. They also issue it now. They bought the things for 2,900. They show it for 5,900, and they also show this. Well, I make up this number in here. They plan something, they show at this. Now, the first two, they did not plan it or raise it by themselves. They just buy it. The rest of the things, they plan it by themselves or they raise it by themselves, and then the rest of the things, they are the cost by. Okay, they actually go in pretty simple. Now, in here, it's from A to, you see, like all expenses is on the far right corner. They follow, right? They don't have A, they don't have B letter, start with. They still have C, you see? And then go to D, go to F, So far, so on. So you just need to just follow, look at the ladder, go to the right places. Now, as you notice, as you tap, they actually highlight the whole thing. So it's a good practice to look at it, use your eye to look at twice. Don't look at once. Make sure it's right. Very often, people very fast to do it and then put in the wrong places. That's not cool. Now, the IRS using this code to have a national average from each and every line number. Do you see the 10 all the way to have proportional to their gross income as well as their net income? And then if you put in a long line, and they will be away from their national average too much. That could potentially trigger their audit. So the net income wise, it doesn't change, but it created inconsistent. So now there are some carryover information in second, but in this situation, it doesn't have any. They also prior year if they have anything. And then, so you can see along the way, when you do it, you can see the comparison. Now, and because the fact I am using exactly the same number from last year, so I am going to change a little bit of the number. So that way, when we see the comparison, you won't see it like exactly the same thing, okay? I am changing last year numbers. I'm making up the last year number, whatever changes. So there you will see the difference. And you will see now in a real practice, there should not be all even numbers. I mean, there's some even numbers, right? But there should not be all even number. Then shows you potentially your client does not do the real bookkeeping. You should ask them to do the real bookkeeping. They cannot be a guessing. Okay. Of course, this number may not be right. Now, what I'm going to get it is there's a comparison. See, there's a song called Stand Up. Didn't know how to do it. My wife is sleeping. Now, comparison. So this is down here under miscellaneous. This is and then you will see are they consistent or not. It's possible that they are different, right? So that way you will see the comparison. Now, do you see? Last year there's a car expenses, and this year I forget. Do you see it? Now I'm smart. I go in back. You know what? I miss it. I go back to there. I get this. Where I can get it like this. See it? Auto. So I can either input the number in here or get the depreciation in there, or I get the depreciation. Oh, because they have a new car to input in this year. So they use them depreciation like here. They bought a car, a truck for the business, for the farming. It's 100% for the business, 45,000. So it's truck like here. So it's 45 right here. So, and then they also have This asset have been there for a long time. So this is 14, not 24, huh? So this 20 have been taken over. But there's no depreciation anymore. This one is the new thing. This is new. This is new, but this storage building for the farming business is not 27.5 like the residential. It's not 31.5 like the commercial. Not 39. It's 20. 20 years. Just like here. So you have to be, and this one have been expenses, and this one has been expenses, and this one has been expenses. So you say, well, if the client come to you already in business, those things had to be inputted. Why? They need to be in the depreciation schedule. Show the business, all the cumulative depreciation need to be captured. Right here, let me show you. Right here. See, those are prior year. Those prior depreciation had to be inputted in there. So, and then by the time if they show the business, all the cumulative depreciation had to be added up as an ordinary income in the year. So depreciation is not, it's just a tax defer process. Okay, so you will need to be added on as an income in the year of showing the business. So there's a huge depreciation in here. So in here, right here. So the income is this. So go to here. Now, their Schedule F farming business is subject to self-employment tax, similar like Schedule C, 15.3%. They could consider to set it up this farming business as a S corporation. They will be legally save taxes for the same income. Save them another 15.3%. So now, given that this example, here's what the W2, here's what the Schedule C income, total income. Here's the half of the health insurance minus, and this is the standard deduction, and this is the QBI. You know, guess what is QBI, isn't it? QBI is the new law allow you in the 18 for another 20% off of the net income. That's pretty cool deal. So your net income is this, another 20%. So that's a pretty good deal. So now your income is this. Here's the income tax, but need to be subject to self-employment tax. So total together this. So they have a W2 of this, they pay estimate tax of this, they have total paid 30K. So obvious they have refund. So in this situation, they say, well, you don't need the whole 14K as an estimate tax, just put 12K. So basically, here's what is going to happen. Here's what's going to happen that looks like. Okay, estimate, so where is it? Estimate tax, estimate tax. Right here. So it says every single quarter is 3,000, so 12K. So this client will have 12K, apply for next year, but the rest of the money, 2,000 something, will go to their refunds. Wow. Or you can have the option. You say, well, I don't want that. I want to just move all the money to estimate year for next year. I don't want to get refund, the 2,000 something. So that's how you can get. But in here, I will have the whole number come here. So now, why I need to pay estimate tax? Well, in tab 1 in the bottom is 13,500 is what they pay in the last year income tax total. You need to pay 110% of this to avoid penalty. What if they did not pay that much? They only pay 1,000 per quarter. What's going to happen? Ginny, what's going to happen? Are you sure? Let's see. So, like that, they don't pay enough. They are good. My wife said it's going to have penalty. Let me see. So now in this situation, instead of the whole thing, so we only have 10K, right? Yes, sure enough, there is $187 penalty. What if? See now, we pay total 10,000. What if I change the last year total tax? It was 9,900. Let's say if that is the case, do you think they need to pay penalty? Cindy, do you think they need to pay penalty?
No.
Why?
They already pay
Oh,
100%.
110%. 110% because it was, let me see. See, there's no penalty because 9,000, 110%, 9,900, they already paid 10,000. As long as they pay 110% of last year total tax, you're good. So therefore, if you pick up a new client, make sure you have a copy of last year tax return, looking for the total tax. Where's total tax? Okay, let me show you in the 2024 tax return, what is total tax? The total tax I'm talking about right here is line 24, is total tax. Not at the end how much you pay, 37. Total tax, we're talking about line 24, okay? So, any question for me for this? This is the total hour that for us to, from the Chinese version and English version that we spend total. So we divide by 2 is what we have. So now, any question for me? If you have any, please unmute yourself. That includes Cindy. You can ask me question if you have any. Yeah? No question? Good. So, if no question, we are going to finish today's training. Okay. And I'm going to say good night, everybody. Thank you very much. And tomorrow we are going to, at 9 o'clock, we're going to continue the new classes. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Good night. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.